Further information dropped from Atari about the Ataribox. 9 Inch Nails re-releases the official Quake soundtrack, and Red Dead Redemption 2 finally gets an official trailer. I'm Ninja Nogside, and this is Ninja News. But before we begin that news, an update on the Voice Actors Guild strike, upon which video game companies have tentatively agreed to end the voice actor strike. After nearly a year of striking, unionized video game actors recently agreed to end their boycott against 11 video game companies, which include Warner Brothers Games, Square Enix, and EA, to name a few. The direct quote from the union reads as such: "In terms with the tentative agreement which was reached earlier Saturday morning, not the 30th, but the week before on the 23rd, includes a new bonus structure that provides an additional payment to performers. The bonus payment, which is due no later than the release date of the game, is based on the number of sessions worked on each game. The deal also contains employer commitment to continue working with the SAG Screen Actors Guild, AFTRA, I cannot remember what that is expanded out to, on the issues of vocal stress during the terms of the agreement. The pay increase has been noted as a significantly greater pay amount than it was 11 months ago, and will include additional payments as work requires it. The strike took notable effect in the last year on Ashley Birch, unable to reprise her role as Chloe in the Life is Strange prequel, and Alison Cord, who did not reprise her role in the Resident Evil 2 re-release. Going from actor news to hardware news, Intel has finally released the details on their next generation of desktop CPUs. After months of speculation and leaks, Intel finally released the details on their 8th generation processors dubbed Coffee Lake. There will be a total of 6 processors released, with 2 in each brackets of i3, i5, and i7 respectively. Most notable difference is there will be no dual-core low-end model, with the lowest-end market CPUs being offered as a quad CPU for the consumer market. The more gamer-friendly market CPUs, however, will be slated as a 6-core/thread models for the base editions, the i5s, with the higher ends having a 6-core 12-thread CPU, i7s, to improve on previous generations. No official pricing has been released, but speculation on pricing would suggest it will either match or be more than the current generation pricing CPUs. Further on hardware news, Atari has dropped more information on their Ataribox, including OS, release date, and pricing included. With a new newsletter update from Atari themselves, they have given an overview on their console details on the new machine. It'll be running on an AMD processor customized for the system, uses Radeon graphics technology as supplied by AMD, and be running on Linux. The pricing has also been confirmed for the device, ranging from $249 to $299 US, depending on the versions you get, which the higher version will be most likely to be the wooden box edition. Both will be available on its launch date, which will be slated at spring, autumn in Australia, 2018. On top of this, Atari has stated that the console will have a slew of preloaded Atari classic games, and the console will also be run in conjunction with a Indiegogo Kickstarter campaign. Further on crowdfunding campaign news, the Resident Evil official board game managed to get funded within the first hour of its campaign launch. Steamforge Games, hot off their campaign for the Dark Souls board game, posted up a new campaign licensed by Capcom to make one based on their Resident Evil 2 game. Within an hour of announcement, the game received full funding, and as of Sunday was close to £300,000 over its mark, with 22 days to go. The game itself boasts a full 20-hour narrative campaign, with users allowed to pick from Robert Kendo, Ada Wong, Claire Redfield, and Leon Kennedy. There is also a shorter single-player campaign for users who just want to play the game on their own when it is released. Shipping is planned for September next year if the campaign is fully successful, which, by the looks of things, it is. Further on crowdfunding campaign board game news, Australians are actually making the official Terminator 2 licensed board game. Being made by the company Run and Make, the company has full licensing permissions for the official Terminator 2 board game. Set as a 1 to 4 player cooperative game, T2029 tasks the players with keeping John Connor alive until he can access Skynet Command Center to reprogram and send back the T-800 used in the original movie. Games will take roughly 90 minutes to complete, which is a good getting time for something of this magnitude. If the game is funded, the shipping dates will be planned for May next year. In other news, Nine Inch Nails will be releasing a vinyl recording of the Quake soundtrack. In time with the Quake's 20th anniversary, Nine Inch Nails have posted on their website an LP vinyl of the original game soundtrack. No pricing has actually come out yet, but speculation pricing will slate at US $20 to $30 standard pricing for a game soundtrack. Outside of this, no extra details has actually been released with the soundtrack, such as special editions or any extra add-ons. Last but not least, Red Dead Redemption 2's trailer finally dropped and is set to be a prequel. Coming out on Thursday, Friday Australia time, Rocksteady finally released more details on their upcoming sequel, which is actually slated to be a prequel to the original game. The game will have players playing as Dutch and his gang of outlaws who appeared in the original game, and will also include the original game's protagonist John Marston, who is rumoured to appear as a friendly character for players to interact with. No official release date has been confirmed, but Rocksteady has stated that they are aiming for an autumn Australian release to release this game next year. And that's it for Ninja News. I hope you enjoyed it this week. Like, comment and subscribe, and put any suggestions down below of any news that you would like me to follow up next week. If you would like to tune in for extra streams that I will be having coming up this week, I'll be in between Tuesday and Friday, Australian time, starting at hopefully 6 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time. Daylight Savings Time, we've just started that. In the meantime, I hope you all have a good week, and I'll catch you next time.